The cost of poor engineering management. Hi, let's talk about what happens when engineering management goes wrong. It's easy to focus on what we should do, creating a safe environment, supporting growth, and encouraging open discussions. But what if we don't? What if managers ignore these best practices and leave engineers to figure things out on their own? The reality is, when psychological safety, career growth, and team dynamics are neglected, the consequences aren't just bad, they're expensive. When teams lack psychological safety, engineers stop speaking up. They keep their best ideas to themselves, avoid questioning bad decisions, and hesitate to take risks. Instead of debating trade-offs and finding the best solutions, they do what they're told, even when they know it's wrong. Over time, teams become passive, innovation stalls, and preventable mistakes pile up. In the worst cases, engineers walk away rather than deal with a culture where speaking up isn't worth the effort. If managers don't balance airtime and encourage all voices, discussions become dominated by a few loud individuals. The same people drive every conversation, while others stay silent, not because they don't have valuable insights, but because they don't feel invited to contribute. The result? Poor decision-making and missed opportunities, as key ideas never make it to the table. When managers micromanage instead of coaching, engineers stop taking ownership of their work. Instead of feeling trusted to solve problems, they constantly second-guess themselves, waiting for approval before making decisions. Productivity grinds to a halt, creativity disappears, and the manager becomes the bottleneck for every single task. Worse, engineers start to feel like they're just cogs in a machine, leading to frustration and disengagement. Failing to delegate effectively has its own set of consequences. If managers refuse to let go of tasks, teams never grow, and leadership remains stuck in execution mode. Instead of focusing on strategic vision, the manager is buried in day-to-day work, while engineers miss out on opportunities to develop new skills. Over time, this creates a lack of leadership-ready engineers within the company, leaving teams with no clear successors when managers move on. Without growth opportunities, engineers feel stuck. When they look around and don't see a clear path forward, they stop pushing themselves, disengage, and eventually leave. And here's the hard truth. When engineers don't see growth within a company, they will find it somewhere else. This isn't just about promotions. It's about skill development, meaningful challenges, and having a role that evolves over time. Without these, even the best engineers won't stay. A culture that discourages debate and critical feedback leads to slow, risk-averse teams. If engineers believe that challenging ideas will get them labeled as difficult or negative, they'll stop speaking up. Instead of iterating quickly and making smart trade-offs, teams default to the safest, least controversial option. Over time, this leads to technical stagnation, poor product decisions, and a lack of true innovation. And finally, when managers declare psychological safety instead of building it, engineers see through it instantly. Saying this is a safe space means nothing if actions don't back it up. When engineers witness retaliation for speaking up, decisions made behind closed doors, or feedback ignored, they learn the truth. This isn't a safe space at all. And once that trust is broken, it's almost impossible to rebuild. At the end of the day, bad engineering management doesn't just frustrate employees, it drives them away. High turnover, disengaged teams, poor decision-making, and slow innovation aren't just annoyances, they're business risks. So the real question is, are we leading in a way that keeps engineers engaged, growing, and contributing at their best, or in a way that pushes them out the door? Let's talk about something that's often overlooked, but fundamental to high-performing engineering teams: psychological safety. It's not about making people comfortable all the time or avoiding tough conversations. It's about creating an environment where engineers feel safe to speak up, share ideas, take risks, and even disagree without fear of backlash. Without this, even the most talented teams will hold back their best thinking. Google's research on high-performing teams found that psychological safety comes down to two key factors. The first is airtime management, ensuring that everyone has a chance to speak. If the same few voices dominate every discussion, valuable insights are lost. The second is social sensitivity, the ability to recognize when someone is disengaged, frustrated, or hesitant to contribute. Teams that actively pay attention to each other's emotions work better together and solve problems more effectively. A safe team environment starts with open discussions. Engineers should feel confident that their ideas, whether brilliant or half-formed, will be met with curiosity rather than immediate dismissal. The best managers make space for every team member to contribute, especially those who are naturally quieter. A simple question like, "What do you think?" can invite voices into the conversation that might otherwise go unheard. At the same time, managing talkative team members is just as important. Some engineers love to share their thoughts, sometimes too much, but good discussions require balance. Instead of shutting people down, managers should help them recognize when it's time to step back and let others speak. A polite nudge, "Let's hear from someone who hasn't spoken yet," can keep the conversation healthy and inclusive. One of the most effective leadership techniques is simple. Leaders should speak last. When a manager shares their opinion first, it unintentionally shapes the discussion. People either align with it or hesitate to contradict it. By holding back, managers allow genuine discussion to unfold, leading to better ideas, deeper collaboration, and more honest feedback. Another key aspect of psychological safety is encouraging healthy debate. Engineers are problem solvers, and real innovation happens when ideas are challenged, not blindly accepted. But here's the catch. Criticism should be directed at ideas, not individuals. A culture where respectful disagreement is encouraged leads to better technical decisions and a stronger, more engaged team. For remote or hybrid teams, watching for nonverbal cues is crucial. It's easy to miss frustration, disengagement, or hesitation when you're not in the same room. Keeping an eye on facial expressions, body language, and even changes in participation levels can help managers spot when someone might be holding back. And when in doubt, just ask. A simple check-in can make a big difference. One of the biggest mistakes managers make is declaring psychological safety rather than building it. Saying this is a safe space doesn't automatically make it true. Engineers believe in safety when they see it in action, when they watch others take risks, disagree, or admit mistakes without negative consequences. It's a culture that's built over time, not a policy that's announced. At the end of the day, psychological safety isn't just a nice to have, it's a foundation for great engineering teams. When engineers feel safe to ask questions, challenge ideas, and be themselves, the whole team benefits. So the real question is, are we creating an environment where engineers feel safe to speak up, or one where they hesitate and hold back?